Lukhanyo, abadlali abafana no-Aphelele no-Yawo abaqalayo ukungena kwisquad samabhokobhoko baqhuba njani eBloemfontein? Seyazi udlala nabo futhi uqoqebe. Kho siqale nje igabha
Yeah, and I think ndiyabavuyela oFasi, oYawo, oSanele. I think lo nyaka siphuma kuyo bazibonakalisile italente abanayo nomdlalo abawudlalayo. So I think ufumana ithuba elinjena lithuba elikhulu kakhulu for bona, and sibulele nakwabaqeqeshi abababonileyo bakwazi ubanyula for amabhokobhoko. Yeah, ndinemivuyo kakhulu for bona, and I can't wait ubabona besebaleni.
Thank you, Lukhanyo. If I may ask, for the benefit of our greater audience, if you can give us a very brief summary of that in English, please.
Yeah, firstly, guys like Fasi, Sanele, Yao, I'm really happy for them. I think they've shown and proven themselves this year and last year, that they're quite talented young men, and getting selected, being in the squad of the Springboks in such a big and historic tournament, I think it will be a great deal for them. So yeah, I'm really excited to see them on the field.
Thank you very much for that. And the next question goes to Fatima. Say it again.
Hi, Lukhanyo. I have just one question that I wanted to ask you. You do have an element of incredible leadership, obviously skills from the Sharks rugby. So in terms of that skill set that you maintain there, what is the one thing that you bring as a player to the squad? And what does it feel like for you also to be amongst, some of the players who, for example, I'm sure they're your heroes. What does it feel like right now?
Okay, Fatima. I think the experience that I learned or gained at the Sharks gave me so much confidence, and I think coming in here in a setup where we all come from different unions and provinces, the system that we drive here as players is player driven. So we try to minimize the gap between seniors and the so-called youngsters. So we all work together, and we all support each other, whether you a junior or a senior. So we're trying to close that gap down, and we all pulling together into the same direction. And I think that's the nice thing that we're doing here in the camp.
Thank you, Lukhanyo. And the next question is Stephen Petty.
Hi, Lukhanyo. Just a word now, you're one of the senior players now, obviously, and the last time you played was in the World Cup final. But just now coming to a squad where Jesse Creel's back in full fitness, and you've got Wandisile Similani now coming up as a nice youngster. Just what is it like with the competition between you guys in terms of pushing each other, training every day?
Yeah, I think that the competition will always be there, and I think the one that we have here in the camp is strong and positive competition. I think we all work together, and we know that we're not here for ourselves. We're here for the jersey, we're here for the country. So we're trying to help and improve each other all the time. And in terms of selection, I think the coach will select based on what he needs from an individual or from a player on the game lying at hand.
Thank you very much. And Craig Lewis is up next for the following question.
Thanks, Rian. Lukhanyo, just wanted to ask about Wandisile. Just how highly do you rate him? What are some of the things and then kind of tips maybe you giving him, and how far do you think he can go in the game?
Yeah, I think Wandi is a very talented player. I think we've seen it, in Super Rugby, we've seen it in the Currie Cup and in the Rainbow Cup. He's a very exciting player, and a player that really backs himself. And I think working together, as outside backs, as a group now, we try to feed off each other, and that's what we're doing. Whether it's on attack, whether it's on defense, we're all trying we're all trying to improve and make sure we are at our top or at our best level that we can be.
Thank you, Lukhanyo. And our next question goes to Falasande.
Thanks, Ryan. Looks ugrani mfowethu.
Great, kunjani?
Shabu Buddha connects, man. I just wanted to find out now, with the slight possibility that a guy like Dwayne might miss the series or the international window. Do you look at yourself now and you look at yourself in those leadership positions to be able to assist a guy like Usia and Andre, and I know a lot of the core leadership group would have been, established a long time ago. Do you look at yourself now ascending into a more authoritative voice on the field of play?
Good question, Pilar. Yeah, I think with the group that we have, the majority of the group that we have, we all have experience, and we've been in the World Cup winning squad, and going into the British and Irish tour. I think we've got a pool of senior players or players that have a couple of caps behind them, and with the ownership that we have as players, I think in the camp everything is player driven. So we all help where we can, in the field where you feel it's your responsibility, and we all share the responsibilities. It's not only upon one person or one leader. We all share the responsibilities in the field and in the group.
Thank you. And I'm going to allow two more questions to Lukhanyo, and then we need to move on also with the time in mind. And Percival Young, your question?
Thank you so much, Ryan. Look, Lukhanyo, good afternoon, sir. Lukhanyo, can I just ask you a question a bit away from the Springbok camp? A new era is starting this weekend in Currie Cup Rugby, and I see a new era is starting at the union that you are under the new leadership of Pepsi Buthelezi. What do you make of these newcomers coming through in the system now, and how does this bode for national rugby one day, perhaps?
Busy. Yeah, I think I'm really excited to be watching, the youngsters and the upcoming players. And I think a guy like Pepsi, we've seen his leadership skills from Craven Week to the junior box, at under 20 level, and even in the squad. I think is one of the promising and the next big thing at the Sharks and hopefully here at the Springboks. So yeah, I'm really excited to be watching and following the new generation coming through.
Okay, very briefly then, next question goes to Ashfaq Mohammed.
Hi, Lukhanyo. Firstly, have you checked up on your centre part, Damien, after the fire incident? Is he okay? And then secondly, what do you make of the Lions centres, particularly they have an Irish pair there, Bandi Aki and Robbie Henshaw?
Ashfaq, yeah, obviously over the comms, Duke's, saying thumbs up, but in terms of the British and Irish Lions centre pairing, I think I'd be assuming. Obviously, I know the individuals playing and the style of play that they bring, but I really don't know what the team will be playing like or what they'll be offering, coming into the tournament. But yeah, I think whatever that they might bring, we obviously try to prepare as much as we can. Because at the moment I would say we're preparing for what we think might come our way, and we'll definitely try preparing as much as we can.